Hello, welcome to the Emeric Guild's meeting. Today is March 3rd and we are just about to begin our guild meeting. A few points I will be covering today in the guild meeting. One, to make sure the scorekeepers are recording your favor, but also not to let them forget that the special ranks need their points as well. For an example, the lore keepers are missing days, I am sure of it. The game's beta will be launched at the end of the month, which means we may also see the game being released in June to September. The third point, I have been impressed with the friendly community that has been established in our guild. For the real life things, I know it's getting to know each other, going over the introduction forum, pictures, and the gallery for members of the guild. Those are just little things I'll talk about. Point 5, lots of work to get ready for when the game launches. 6, another beta application for the guildies. 7, Scorekeeprs is actually publishing a book, so you might want to ask him if you want to check that out, and more information on that later. And then my 8th point will be the ace of the week. Alright, I'll go ahead and start with my first point. The scorekeepers, making sure they're recording not only your favor, but they also need to make sure they're recording your special rank points. For an example, we all know that like a advertiser, they do like this many of advertisements and they get this many recruits. Well, I tell the scorekeepers how many recruits they get, and they post how many advertisements they have done. So that one's pretty easy to record. But when you go to another special rank, such as like the lore keeper, they are recorded by the scorekeepers by the amount of days they work. So like if a lore keeper works this day and it's not recorded, then they'll never rank up. And the thing is, we need to figure out a way to get that so that we can recognize that they're actually working that day, because sometimes it might be hard for the scorekeepers to notice that you might have edited or created a new story that day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another subforum under the special ranks called the lore keepers days, and then they can just edit there when they have if they are missing points, and also if they deserve these days, so because they worked that day, and then they can just show that they did do their work, just like a advertiser posts their shares. So once that's more understood, that subform will disappear, just because then it's like more understood of how it works, so we won't need it. So my second point will be the game's beta, which I talked about. The game beta will be launched at the end of this month, which means we might also see the game coming out. Scorekeeprs asked, what if you did work on your own like I did? Yeah, that's fine. Anytime you work as a lore keeper, you should get credit as a lore keeper that day. So anything will be put in that subform. If you worked on anything that day as a lore keeper, you should get your credit. So don't let those scorekeepers skip that for you. Alright, now my second point, like I said, the game is going to be launched at the beta, at least will be launched at the end of this month, so we might actually see the game coming out in either June or September, or at least that's just pure speculation. So we got a lot to look forward to. We have our new ranks coming out. We'll also have a lot of things we'll need to get figured out for when the game does come out. One thing I really wanted to get done, because it is going to be the beta, we need to make sure we have as many people in there as we can, and as many members as we can, and we also want to try and make sure we all have like things we want to get done, or get together as a group to make sure we stand out, like to show that we are ready for this game and that we're a guild to look forward to joining, that we're going to be the ones rising to the top, that we're not just going to be a guild just to be lax about it. So that's something I'm looking forward to, meeting other players in the beta who might not exactly be dedicated to another guild, so look forward to that. One thing I mentioned in my third point was I have been really impressed with the friendly community that has been established in our guild. I mean, the Skype, if you just look at that, we have like 100 or 300 messages every hour. People are always on Skype, so that's pretty impressive. And I know we use TeamSpeak more for when we play games together or meetings, so that's pretty cool that we have Skype and all those people are in Skype talking to each other. One thing is, if you're listening to this podcast and you're in our guild and you don't have an invite to our Skype, just make sure you tell me your name. I know it's in the application, but some people put they don't have a Skype name, so I just tell them to set it up and send me their name. So some people never did that. So like I said, if you're not in the Skype, go ahead and get a username so you can be in the Skype and chat with us more often. It's kind of like our in-game chat right now, since we're not all playing the Elder Scrolls where we could all talk in like a guild chat. This pretty much is working as our guild chat, you know, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, and on the other path of like friendly community, I have gotten plenty of comments from other people that's saying, I really like the community you have set up, you know, like everybody's nice in there, everybody's getting to know each other, everybody's just like pretty simple and nice to each other, you know. Yeah, exactly. Hybrid said the guild is right now a month and a week old, so that's pretty cool. We've been working on our guild for a while now, so the more we build it up, the more people we're gonna have, and we might run across some members that, you know, just don't fit our friendly community, and then we'll just probably have to get rid of those kind of people, because we definitely are setting up our friendly community, and that's what I really like about the guild, so that's good. My fourth point is the in real life things, or anything in real life, you know, pretty much. What I wanted to go over was, the first part was getting to know each other. So I know we don't have too many people in the TeamSpeak right now, so I was gonna have us most of us already know each other, you know, but I was gonna have us go over one more time, not only going over like just talking to each other for a few seconds. I was gonna have us go over our introduction in the forum. So if you have done your introduction, I know there's a lot in there, so I take my time to try and read them all, but I might not have read everybody's, you know, and even if I haven't read that introduction, I try my best to get to know you as soon as possible, and that's what I want you guys to be doing too, you know. Try and get out there and get to know everybody in your guild, because like, you never know, one of those members might be like one of your favorite people to hang out with, or somebody that just has the exact same interests as you. So definitely check out getting to know everybody and reading their introduction in the forums if you haven't. I created a new album for like members of the guild, and you can just upload your own picture to that gallery. Anybody has access, so you can just upload your own like picture if you're comfortable with putting your face out there. So it's just like pretty much to show like who you are, and sooner or later you're gonna have to put your face out there anyways if you're looking forward to like streaming with us. But if you're uncomfortable with that, I mean, there's always ways to get around it, so you don't have to. But that's just something, if you want to, it's there. My fifth point was we got lots of work to do, as I said in like my second point, but we have a lot of work to do before the game launches. And that's it's really gonna get crazy for when in the beta, when we're getting new members and we're teaching them and we're having the scorekeepers, and everything's gonna be changing, especially the achievements. So I mean, don't think everything is gonna stay the same. I mean, a lot of it is gonna change in the guild when the game actually launches. I mean, nothing's gonna hurt you, but a lot of it's gonna be work for me, so I might like look forward to having you guys help me out with some of that stuff too. So that's just some things that, when I say a lot of work, I mean I have a lot of work to do when the game actually launches. So I just wanted to thank everybody again. You know, if you donated to the guild website, that's awesome. Those donations help me so much, you know, that I don't have to pay for everything myself. And the more we have those kind of awesome people in our guild, the better, you know, because like, not only does that show that you're okay with spending your own money on like something, just a random guild, it also means that I've actually heard plenty of people in the in like real life say like, wherever you put your money is what you actually care about. So if you're putting your money into this guild, that really like it really means a lot to me. So thank you for those for Kelser and Adelius who've done it so far. So thank you for that. So what I wanted to do for before I go on to this sixth point, I'm actually going to move it to the last point with it, which is the beta application. I'm going to go ahead and talk about my two other points. My first point is, my seventh point is, if you guys want to, Centarius is actually creating a whole book for his lore keeping. So that's pretty cool. He has a book about his own character, and it's not completely finished, but if you want to like check it out and like help him on his way, you know, give him some ideas, or just like make sure his English is edited right, anything to help, you know. You can ask him, because he has a book he wants to like get it published. So if you guys want to read that, check some things about what he's doing, you know, ask him, and if he's okay with you reading his book, then he'll give you a copy so you can check it out. I still have yet to read it, because I'm pretty lazy when it comes to reading. I'm pretty lackadaisical, so sorry about that, but I will get it read, Centarius, I promise you. Yeah, so now the last thing I'm going to go ahead and talk about is our ace of the week. So go ahead and give me a drum roll for that. Oh wait, there's not very many people in here for a drum roll. Okay, well, for our drum roll, oh, I can actually hear that. Alright guys, I kind of want to make this ace almost the last point. I do have one person in mind, but he's not even in the meeting, you know. I mean, I had him ready to go, you know, like he was going to be it. You know, I'm just gonna save that for the last point, just so it's more of a surprise after I'm done with the beta application, because I want to say who it is, but I want it to be more like a last thing to do, you know. So we'll get that up there in the air. And you know, the guild's been pretty quiet, other than on Skype. You know, not much has been going on, so it's okay if we yeah, I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now, but let me go ahead and move on to my second to last point. So what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and give me a few seconds. I should have pulled up this page. I'm going to The Elder Scrolls Online, they posted a thing on their Facebook page. And not only does it give information, oh my gosh. Not only does it give information about like what they're looking for, I mean like when the game is actually going to be released, but they actually said in the post what they're actually looking for as well, like in a beta tester. So I'm gonna go ahead and read those points right there. So here it is. It says, how do you choose testers? And I'll just read straight off from this, and this is why we're doing a whole new application, is because we're going to try and narrow some things down to make sure we're definitely like those star beta testers. I do believe you're going to need a whole new email address, so make sure you have a different email address or else it won't submit. So make sure you have a different email address. That's all I'm going to say. So here it goes. How do you choose testers? And if you haven't read this already, then that's okay. I'm reading it to you right now. What I meant to say is, if you have read this already, just try and listen to me right now. So here I go. We'll select testers based on different criteria for each beta event, depending on the needs for that test. For instance, we may invite players who indicate a preference for a certain type of content, PvE, PvP, and crafting, or who reside in a certain territory. For particular events and for others, computer specs may play an important role. We're not only looking for one type of tester or only 4 testers with top-of-line PCs. A broad range will be selected. So three things to notice here. You don't have to have a super PC to be invited to be a beta tester, because they're looking for like a broad range, which means they could be even looking for slow PCs. So that's okay. Second thing is they're looking for your territory, so make sure you're not like just putting like North America just because. They're looking for a bunch of different areas, so just make sure you choose your area and hope they're looking for you. And my third point, which is the biggest thing, they're looking for people who are either PvE, PvP, or crafting, or like specific things. So when I did my application, I chose like PvE, PvP, crafting, roleplay, all these certain things. Well, when we're going to do our new application, we're just going to choose 1 or 2 of those things, but we're not going to choose more than that. We're only going to choose 1 or 2. Okay? So when we get to that, you guys are going to choose what you are going to want to choose. So I'm on the beta application right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Okay, so the first question, well, you guys, I'll just go over it while I'm reading it. I'm not going to hold the control button, so you guys in the Emeric Covenants meeting right now won't hear me, but it'll there's only 2 people in here with me, so it'll be in the podcast. So if you guys are listening in on the podcast right now, definitely this is what you want to listen to right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and quit holding control. If you want to do your own beta application right now in the meeting, Centarius and Hybrid, definitely do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my own right now though. Alright, so the first question is country of residence. That's the territory I was talking about. Just make sure you choose your own name. Easy. Now this email address, like I said, it has to be a brand new one that you have never used. Yeah, I don't even know about that. Centarius just said how the events may change. You know, like you may be invited to one event but not the other, just because one is PvE and the other is crafting. So, you know, I don't really know. Yeah, it'll be in the YouTube description. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and I think I need to try and remember. I've done about 2 applications, so I need to try and remember what email address I have already used. So now I'm trying to think if I've used this one. I think I have, and I think I've used that one. So the only one I don't think I have used, you know what, I'm not even gonna chance it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a whole new email address. So I'm going to go to gmail.com. I'm going to make a new username. Create an account. Right now I'm just like creating a new username, new email address, so I don't accidentally choose one I've already used, because I'm going to be doing a whole thing, I'm going to be doing a whole application and I don't want it to fall apart. So yeah, that's what I said. Like I said, you might only get invited to one thing. Wow, how is this so hard to understand? Like, I know you're only going to get invited to one event, or multiple events. Yeah. Alright, well, I'll like talk to you about that after this, because I'm trying to go through the sign up on the application process right now, and it's kind of interfering with like talking into the podcast, you know. So sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but like it's almost like I'm having 2 conversations, and anybody listening right now is like, what the fuck is he talking about, you know. So I'm just gonna get this done and then I'll talk to you about that. So working on my, I just created my new email address. Now I'm doing my date of birth. I'm sure they're looking for more serious players. So if you're like above the age of 18, then that's probably what they're going to be looking for. So I'm just going to choose 1990 like I always do. Gender, whatever you are. I currently work in the gaming press. Obviously if you do, you would check that, but I don't, so I'm not going to. Primary guild name, the Emeric Covenant. Guild website, the Emeric Covenant.engine.com. Select games you've played. Select all the games you've played. I've played Final Fantasy, Rift, Eve, Terra, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars, Star Wars The Old Republic, Guild Wars 2, Lord of the Rings, and that's it. I've played all 3 Elder Scrolls games. Games I've tested in: World of Warcraft, Star Wars The Old Republic, EVE Online. I know there's plenty of others. I can't think of all the games I've tested. I don't even know if I remember. I think I did League of Legends. And then Smite as well. That's all I'm going to put. I can't remember any others. Select your playstyle. So this is one of the things I was talking about. So you only need to select like one of these, okay? Don't select a bunch. So I know it's hard to choose. I'm just going to choose hardcore. And then select your preferred online gaming activity. So these are the 2 things you're going to be most likely chose for the events like I was talking about. So I am going to choose, I don't even know what I want. I know I want PvP, but I'm going to go with guilds, and I'm going to go with PvE endgame. So hopefully that's good enough. I don't even know. So here's your DX diag. You can get that if you just follow those instructions. I have my DX diag on my desktop since I've done this a few times. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Or at least I thought I had my DX diag. Yeah, there it is. Then I'm gonna post this under that new application for my DX diag. Hopefully they choose me. That might be one of the bigger things, you know. The extra, now this is the one thing that you gotta type like a shitload for, because like they really are looking for people who are serious. Luckily I have typed up a whole thing for reasons to get accepted, so I'm just gonna copy that, and I'll tell you right now, my reasons to get accepted is 3 pages long on Windows, on Microsoft Word, so definitely be serious about typing that up. Okay, so after I've done all that, I contact me via, contact me any, I agree to non-disclosure, and then type in that that CAPTCHA. Alright, so everybody, if you followed me precisely, you should have an excellent. And now I'm just going to hit complete beta application. And then after you have completed that, go ahead and go to your email address and check to make sure you should immediately be notified. And this is not like an invite to the beta. It just says, hey, we got your email. And if you didn't get that email, then you're not accepted, okay? I mean, then you need to choose a different email address because you can't use the same email address. So if you get this email, then you're good. If you didn't, make a new email address and do the whole process over again. Alright, so I'm done with that. I'm going to go ahead and jump back into TeamSpeak. Alright guys, I'm done with that. Okay, so I know this person isn't in the TeamSpeak right now, but this person has been doing a lot of work as an ace, you know. Not only has this person, like, this person's done like more work kind of behind the scenes, you know, but this person's been here for a long time, you know, one of the longest, you know. This person's also been super friendly with me, but even though this person may be a little bit sarcastic sometimes, this person has also set up plenty of groups for us, and specifically one group which we'll give her away right now. Considering I just said her, everybody is probably getting a good idea. She set up our Steam group for us, and she's also set up our entire roleplay forums. She's actually got our guild almost on the whole path of doing roleplay in the first place. She's helped me do the roleplay. She's helped me get the guild running. She's actually done a lot of work, and that's kind of the reasons why I mentioned the lore keepers are not getting their days active, because I've noticed she isn't. So I kind of want the scorekeepers to step up and make sure they're making sure the lore keepers are getting their days. So this person has done a lot of work for the guild. She might not be way up there in the favor, but she is definitely one of the people that are helping out the guild a lot more than, you know, some others, because she's super active and everybody knows who it is. So if anybody knows who it is, can anybody guess in the chat right now? I know there's only Hybrid and Centarius. Yep, Hybrid was right, and the ace of the week goes to Medwin. Thank you, Medwin, for all the work you've done. Your drum roll was earlier. Sorry, I didn't do that again. Good job. And I know, even though you're not here, it should be a bigger thing, but thank you so much for all your work, Medwin. And I look forward to playing the game with you. You've done a lot of work for me and the guild, and I thank you for that. And I don't even know, I haven't asked you for a while, so I'll have to ask you if you're still just a few things. So thank you, Medwin. Yeah, Centarius says obviously Medwin, but yeah. Yeah, I am, huh? Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and award Medwin her ace of the week, and I'm going to go ahead and set up this podcast on our YouTube. So the podcast will be set up so you can just click on like a number and it'll jump to like where we want to be, like a point, you know, it'll be point 1, point 2, point 3, so it'll be pretty cool. So the podcast is right now 26 minutes long, so that's why I don't want to keep people in the YouTube forever. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this podcast. Thank you guys if you've been listening, and thanks for Centarius and Hybrid for coming to the meeting. I'll see you guys later, and make sure you definitely submit that application, because that's what's going to get you in. Alright guys, see ya.